Hi, I'm Marc Childs from Childs Davidson. Welcome to our video series on FMCG issues. A client of mine in the US mentioned to me recently the controversy surrounding the work that Boston Consulting Group is doing with DeCA, and it caught my attention. For those who don't know, DeCA is the Defense Commissary Agency. It's basically the retailer that serves all of the defense personnel in the US and around the world with grocery and household products. At $5.5 billion turnover, it's a significant retailer, bigger than Pick n Pay in South Africa and almost as big as Wegmans in the US. I pricked up my ears because I understand that BCG is helping DeCA to negotiate more aggressively with the manufacturers who supply it, and some of them are starting to complain that it's feeling a little coercive. Apparently, BCG has an attractive incentive program with DeCA linked to the savings that it achieves, and manufacturers who also use their services apparently are raising concerns about conflict of interest. Now, BCG predictably have raised the Chinese walls defense. I'll come back to that because I want to deal with the unconscionable issue first. I have a couple of simple questions I want to put to BCG. Firstly, do the methods that you're introducing to DeCA bear any resemblance to the unconscionable methods that you taught to Coles in Australia? Secondly, are you touting this kind of methodology to any other retailers in the US? And thirdly, the US commercial environment for CPG has always been tough but fair. So why would you be importing disruptive methodologies that are only going to lead to dysfunction in the industry? I could be forgiven for thinking that maybe next you'll be teaching manufacturers how to negotiate more effectively to protect their P&L. To any manufacturers who are using BCG's services, I would encourage you to pose those questions to them. But let's leave BCG for the moment because I want to talk more generally. All big consulting firms use the Chinese walls defense. I will say that my company doesn't, because we feel uncomfortable playing both sides of the street, so we only work with manufacturers. I have nothing against major retailers. They play an important role in our economy. Many of them are well-managed businesses with high standards of integrity. But I choose not to work with them as well as manufacturers because I would be very uncomfortable looking my clients in the eye, working with them on customer engagement strategy, knowing that at the same time I was teaching similar practices or on the reverse side to the retailers. Those consultants who tell you it's okay because they've got Chinese walls that stop confidential information from being passed one to the other will tell you that it's okay, but it's not okay. There are two main reasons why it's not okay. Firstly, it may be true in the short term that major consulting firms create information barriers between individual projects. I don't doubt that for 1 minute. But what happens is that over time, those consulting firms accumulate know-how about manufacturers. It's not right to then use that and reapply it to teach retailers how to squeeze and beat up those same manufacturers. I can give you an example of another major consulting firm from the US who was well known for teaching retailers in Western Europe how to unpick the P&L of manufacturers to find out where the money is so they could go after it. My many manufacturing clients in Europe know exactly who I'm talking about, and that's not okay. Secondly, in a tough competitive world, why should manufacturers believe that you're on their side when you're going for the main chance, working for their acknowledged adversaries and teaching those adversaries how to be aggressive against manufacturers? To manufacturers, I say, pose these questions to the major consulting firms that you're working with, and don't accept the Chinese walls argument. This is Marc Childs from Childs Davidson. Thank you for watching.